Hello everybody, I'm Sarah, the Real Simple Mama, and it is a windy day out here in Jurassic Park. I am doing my annual springified, summerified chicken coop and chicken run tour. So what I'm going to do is talk quickly and go quickly, but I'm going to show you the things that we are doing to prepare the chicken coop and the chicken run for warmer weather. A lot of these, if you want more details, I will try to thumbnail the videos up top if you would like to go down that rabbit hole. Or of course you can search. I have a ton of different chicken videos, like literally hundreds of chicken videos here of things we've done. So this is a small backyard flock in an urban neighborhood in the San Antonio area. And these are all of the things that we have done recently to improve the zone for our chickens, as well as get them ready for the hot weather, because it's already coming. Okay, I will be referencing, like I said, some other videos as I talk quickly here. So if you're like, wait, what does she mean? I want more details. You can click over on those. I'm not trying to sell you anything. So if I mention products, these are products that I paid for, but this isn't really like a product placement video. It's more just of, these are the quick, cheap, easy things that I do to keep my chickens comfortable. So first of all, I'm not done doing all of the bird netting and all of the things yet, but we've been putting all new fencing up around as far as the garden netting, which is over on your right. And then these breathable tarps, which are up above you. They do not block 100% of the sunlight, but it does really, really make a difference. And a lot of what you'll see, it's like, well, this in combination with this other thing, in combination with that, will help keep our chickens cool. If you're not familiar, chickens, most breeds, they're going to struggle a lot more with heat than they do with winter cold. You know, when we get, and when I talk about like Texas snow and ice, I know a lot of you are like, want to laugh in my face because it's not significant. But we do hit temperatures that stay below freezing for a few days. I don't worry about my chickens when it's cold, as long as they have food and water and a place to get out of the elements. I worry a lot more when it's over 90 degrees. So a lot of what I'm going to be talking about is things that we're doing to keep them from being too hot. So we've got the garden netting over on your right. We're trying to keep more rats and other pests out. That's been an ongoing problem. Again, the shade tarps, we do like the ones like this that are not rigid. That way, if it rains really hard, really quickly, they're not going to pool up. Liquid and wind and sun can filter through a little bit. These are really cheap and they've lasted for years. Just use a good like outdoor nylon. We have all of our reflective little cute spirally thingies. That's the official technical term to help try to deter hawks and stuff like that. We have down on your right, this is the sprinkler that we like now. It's the old school one that like spits, but it's on a timer and we only run it for a couple of minutes, literally like 2 or 3 minutes. In the heat of the day, again, once we hit 88 or 90 degrees Fahrenheit, that's when I'm like, all right, it's time to set that up. It's hooked up to a system. So again, if we're not here, it's still running, it's still doing its thing. But again, it only runs for like 2 or 3 minutes every like 2 hours. We're not trying to saturate the chickens. It's not for a shower for them. It's to get the ground wet. Another new thing that we added over here on towards the center of the shot, this is a really old kiddie pool. I've drilled a ton of holes in it and it's got a few different products in it, a few different things, but that is a dust bath for them. That soil will stay very soft and very cool. It gives the chickens something to do. It helps them cool down and it will help when they've got their spring molt, because that's coming. Up here, I've got reflective material. This is cheap stuff you can buy either in sheets or just like in a big roll, and cut it to size and staple gun it to the roof of your coop. Because our coop, one of the things I hate about it, it's an amazing coop, but I do not like, you can't see, but inside there's the wood frame and then it's like black, like asphalt is what it feels like. It's rubber. And of course that's going to absorb sun and absorb heat. So we stapled this to help reflect sun back. Then over here, this solar panel is connected to a fan that we have here, and there's a window on the other side. So there are 2 fans. When it gets over a certain temperature, when that solar panel has sun directly on it, those fans are working. You can have the fans go either way, and that's an old build. You can see that here if you'd like to see more. We've tried hooking it up to a car battery and doing a lot more stuff, and it didn't work. So this is just a very simple solar panel system. If sun is hitting it here, then the fans are running. That's it. It doesn't store power or energy for later or anything like that. The fans can be turned either way. We have them turned so that they are sucking air out of the coop, because hottest air rises to the top, so we're trying to lower the temp as much as we can. Of course, that's not an air conditioning, so it's not cooling the air that's in there. It's just sucking out the hottest air that we've got. I keep a lot of the coop shaded like this with old feed bags. That's for two purposes. Number one, that helps with the wind and direct sun if it's hitting in there at a certain point in time, but also because the sprinkler that's now behind me, remember that old school sprinkler on the ground, that's so it doesn't get the food wet. But I'm going to take one of these bags off because if you've been following the super exciting rat saga that we've had, I don't know how well you can see in there. It is now all smooth pavers with hardware cloth buried underneath it. And hardware cloth, by the way, is this metal mesh that's here. The openings are only maybe half an inch, maybe smaller, because we're trying to keep the chickens in and everybody else out. Hi, Poppy. So the chickens also, as she's demonstrating, have multiple waterers that each hold multiple gallons around the property. You always need to have water available. So we've got this one outside with the little nipple drinkers, and then we've got a 5-gallon one on the inside. That's their main waterer. So during the day when it starts to get hot, they have plenty of spaces where they can go to just be in the shade, dig around in the dirt as you see them right now. We've got the sprinkler that's going to be on a timer that's going to keep the ground cool and wet. And again, your chickens aren't going to want to stand in the sprinkler. It's not like little kids going to like a splash park. But as soon as the sprinkler shuts off, they will go over and they will start digging around and getting their feet cool and sitting in it. That's what you want. So again, you can make like big puddles and like rivers in your yard. But for me, I don't really need to do that because I also have the shade. We also have multiple drinkers. We also have the dust bath and all of these other things. The last things that we did is we pruned a lot of the plants up, like the lilac tree in the center of your shot. There's a sage over here on your left. We want them growing more upwards and not so much outwards, because that way the chickens can sit underneath there. Again, that ground is going to be wet a couple times a day. So we just moved all of those really super low, like parallel branches to the ground. And we'll trim some more as it gets a little bit warmer. So hopefully with all of these things in combination, they're going to have a nice cool summer. My husband really helped. It took 2 full days of us doing this, the new coop underneath that will keep the ground smooth and cool and also keep out all of the rats. Whew, but yeah, that's a lot. So like I said, we still have to do the bird netting that will go all the way across over up top. We've been cutting chicken nails and we'll be trimming their wings. They've been dewormed. We did a medical check on everybody, trimmed the butt feathers of my big bootied girl. So lots of things going on, but we hope to do some more stuff. Lastly, like I said, we need to do the bird netting because I want to keep the wild birds out because they're honestly just pissing me off, and they're freeloaders and they don't give me anything. So I'm done with that. And I also, some of y'all have had so many great ideas on helping with the rat problem and stuff. I have peppermint plants that I need to propagate, and I could put them around the chicken coop and be bringing more plants in because you know me and plants. Lastly, for reals this time, like I said, I do have multiple playlists. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to give you more information for free because why not? You're already here looking at chicken videos on YouTube, so let's just, go a little bit further. One of the playlists that I'll specifically mention, it's called Chickens in Your Garden, and it's all about chickens and plants and how to have plants in with your chickens so they don't just kill it. How do I know if this plant is safe? Sarah, what do you look for? Because everyone's going to be asking me what these plants are that are in these shots and stuff. The new ones that I'm going to be adding in here to give them are marigolds and lots of fresh herbs, especially peppermint, because that will also help deter like bugs and rats and stuff to the chicken coop. All right, so now I'm really done. Let me know down in the comments what you are doing if you're worried about hot summers with your birds. If you have any more ideas or suggestions for me, again, you can look at all the other content that I got, add comments down below, or my email address is also in the video description so that I can help you with all of your chickeny things. Bye.